We are near the beginning of the State of the Union. This will be the longest State of the Union in the history of States of the Union. You can subscribe to the Piker Broadcasting Service, PBS, for tomorrow's news today. Why long? Because Donald Trump never stops yapping. He never shuts the fuck up. Do you think you'll ever get to attend a State of the Union in your lifetime? Like, if a HasanAbi head ever becomes president and invites you, I'll probably be dead before that happens. Let's be real. Why do these people like him? The reason why people like him is because they're also pedophile defenders. Like, that's it. They all serve the same masters. They are all servants of capital at the end of the day. And as long as the Dow is over 50,000, they're going to be fine with it, you know? My dad just said it's disrespectful for the Democrats to not be there. Yeah. You know what's disrespectful? Every single thing that Donald Trump has done so far in his second term and also his first term, down to the insurrection, but not limited to the insurrection. Okay. Every single one of these lizard monsters wearing suits today are all pedophilia defenders alongside Donald Trump. What does Al Green's sign say?
Skeptical voters to back Republicans in the upcoming midterms. He needs to convince Americans.
Bro, you couldn't have had a sign that said, like, you're a pedophile protector or something. Like, I mean, the energy's there. The energy's there. I mean, I love Al Green.
Utilities and housing and what have you. I just want to point your attention at home.
Members of Congress, I have the high privilege and distinct honor of presenting to you the President of the United States.
There you have it, the Speaker of the House with George Washington's gavel tonight, introducing President Trump. Let's listen.
That's just going to blow up, dude. He's going to slam it one time and it's going to explode like an ominous sign. It's so funny to think about, like, the average age in that room, which is like 854 years old, and they're all chanting USA like they're a bunch of fucking drunk frat bros.
Less than 5 months from now, our country will celebrate an epic milestone in American history, the 250th anniversary of our glorious American independence. This July 4th, we will mark 2.5 centuries of liberty and triumph, progress and freedom in the most incredible and exceptional nation ever to exist on the face of the earth. And you've seen nothing yet. We're going to do better and better and better. This is the golden age of America. When I last spoke in this chamber 12 months ago, I had just inherited a nation in crisis with a stagnant economy, inflation at record levels, a wide open border, horrendous recruitment for military and police, rampant crime at home, and wars and chaos all over the world. But tonight, after just 1 year, I can say with dignity and pride that we have achieved a transformation like no one has ever seen before, and a turnaround for the ages. It is indeed a turnaround for the ages.
Yeah, he did. He turned this car around, all right. He fucking turned it around. Drove it right off a cliff.
And we will never go back to where we were just a very short time ago. We're not going back. Today our border is secure. After 4 years in which millions and millions of illegal aliens poured across our borders, totally unvetted and unchecked, we now have the strongest and most secure border in American history by far. The flow of deadly fentanyl across our border is down by a record 56% in 1 year. Gasoline, which reached a peak of over $6 a gallon in some states under my predecessor, it was quite honestly a disaster, is now below $2.30 a gallon in most states.
Thank you for the 20.
And in some places, $1.99 a gallon. And when I visited the great state of Iowa just a few weeks ago, I even saw $1.85 a gallon for gasoline. Mortgage rates are the lowest in 4 years and falling fast, and the annual cost of a typical new mortgage is down almost $5,000 just since I took office.
Bro, this is okay. No. They couldn't even get a standing clap for that one because that's so fake.
Will solve the Biden-created housing problem while at the same time protecting the values of those people who already own a house that really feel rich for the first time in their lives. We want to protect those values. We want to keep those values up. We're going to do both. The stock market has set 53 all-time record highs since the election. Think of that. 1 year. Boosting pensions, 401ks, and retirement accounts for the millions and millions of Americans. They're all gaining. Everybody's up, way up. As thousands of new businesses are forming in factories, plants, and laboratories are being built, we have added 70,000 new construction jobs in just a very short period of time. It's getting bigger and bigger and stronger. Nobody can believe what they're watching. American oil production is up by more than 600,000 barrels a day, and we just received from our new friend and partner, Venezuela, more than 80 million barrels of oil. More Americans are working today than at any time in the history of our country. Think about that. Any time in the history of our country, more working today. And 100% of all jobs created under my administration have been in the private sector.
Dude, it's so crazy that there is literally two different Americas. Like, this is America B shit, right? Which is not real at all. But there are like 10% of the population truly believes every word that's coming out of his mouth right now. And they're like, oh, yeah, we're fucking killing it. Like, they're like, yeah, the economy is great. It's like, bro, they literally openly reveal that there's recession happening in numerous states in the country right now.
We can't take it anymore. We're not used to winning in our country. Until you came along, we're just always losing, but now we're winning too much. And I say, no, 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 you're going to win again. You're going to win big. You're going to win bigger than ever. And to prove that point, here with us tonight is a group of winners who just made the entire nation proud. The men's gold medal Olympic hockey team. Come on in.
They're going to be like, the Democrats hate America because they didn't clap for the fucking hockey team. That's what they're going to do. They love doing this, where they'll bring up like victims of like immigrant crime or whatever, and they'll be like, see, Democrats fucking love when, you know, people die in the hands of immigrants because they weren't sufficiently patriotic in that moment. By the way, real shame for the fucking, this will be remembered. That is an unironic shame for the hockey team. It's not an honor to be there for Donald Trump. I will say it. I don't really give a shit that much, but straight up, you are fucking pawns, okay? You are 100% pawns for the Nazi government, and the fact that you're willingly participating in this song and dance implies that you don't really give a shit. You don't really see it. You'll turn around and try to hit the apolitical line and go, oh, well, you know, it's the American government. Like, this is for America. We did it for America. No, the fuck. It won't be read that way. It will be remembered not as fondly as you think it will be. You know, like those black and white photos that you see from like Nazi rallies and shit like that? This will be in history. This will not be remembered fondly if we have a future at all.
Last year, I urged this Congress to begin the mission by passing the largest tax cuts in American history.
And now he announces the new tax cuts for corporations.
Delivered so beautifully. Thank you, Republicans.
For the Epstein class, another tax cut for the Epstein class. It's so big, it's so beautiful, it's the best.
Under our bill, parents like Megan can also activate their children's brand new Trump accounts. And I didn't name it. I did not name that. Nobody believes me, but I did not name it. It was named by a very tall man sitting right there in the third row. Tax-free investment accounts for every American child. This is something that's so special and has taken off and gone through the roof. Millions will be pre-funded courtesy of the U.S. Treasury and private individuals like Michael and Susan Dell, who have donated $6.25 billion to fund the Trump accounts for 25 million American children. And then just 4 days ago, an unfortunate ruling from the United States Supreme Court. It just came down. It came down. Very unfortunate ruling.
He's like, you should kill them. They're here right now. Republicans, fight them now with your fisticuffs.
That they already made, right, Scott? Knowing that the legal power that I, as president,
the traitors to the nation are in the room. The Supreme Court.
And therefore, they will continue to work along the same successful path that we had negotiated before the Supreme Court's unfortunate involvement. So despite the disappointing ruling, these powerful, country-saving, it's saving our country, the kind of money we're taking in, peace-protecting. Many of the wars I settled was because of the threat of tariffs. I wouldn't have been able to settle them without. Will remain in place under fully approved and tested alternative legal statutes.
This looks fine, dude. This looks great, really. There is a blob growing from his hand.
But when it comes to the corruption that is plundering, it's plundering America. There's been no more stunning example than Minnesota, where members of the Somali community have pillaged an estimated $19 billion from the American taxpayer. Oh, we have all the information. And in actuality, the number is much higher than that. And California, Massachusetts, Maine, and many other states are even worse. This is the kind of corruption that shreds the fabric of a nation, and we are working on it like you wouldn't believe. So tonight, although started 4 months ago, I am officially announcing the war on fraud to be led by our great Vice President J.D. Vance. And if we're able to find enough of that fraud, we will actually have a balanced budget overnight. It'll go very quickly. That's the kind of money you're talking about. We'll balance our budget. The Somali pirates who ransacked Minnesota remind us that there are large parts of the world where bribery, corruption, and lawlessness are the norm, not the exception. Importing these cultures through unrestricted immigration and open borders brings those problems right here to the USA. And it is the American people who pay the price in higher medical bills, car insurance rates, rent, taxes, and perhaps most importantly, crime. We will take care of this problem. We're going to take care of this problem.
Damn.
We are not playing games. Delilah.
She's a fuck ice cream. God, I love Rashida so much. And Ilhan, too. This is a fucking Nazi rally, man. What do you say?
Coleman was only 5 years old.
Remember, fucking 90% of Somalis are American citizens. He's just shitting on American citizens.
To her stopped car traveling at 60 miles an hour or more. The driver was an illegal alien let in by Joe Biden and given a commercial driver's license by open borders politicians in California. Doctors said Delilah would never be able to walk or talk, have a good life. She wouldn't even be able to eat again. But against all odds, she is now in the first grade learning to walk. And she's here this evening with her dad, Marcus, a fantastic man. Delilah, please, you are a great inspiration. Please stand up.
Please stand up, bro. She can't walk. Yo, this is one of the grossest things that the Trump administration, the Trump camp does, like where they bring up like victims, right? Where they bring up victims of like car crashes or victims or family members of like people who have been murdered to drive home a point that like undocumented migrants are a scourge on U.S. soil. And it's
many, if not most, illegal aliens do not speak English and cannot read even the most basic road signs as to direction, speed, danger, or location. That's why tonight I'm calling on Congress to pass what we will call the Delilah Law, barring any state from granting commercial driver's licenses to illegal aliens.
just like the Lake and Riley Act. This is this is like the most like unbearable aspect of the State of the Unions is shit like that is when they do these like unique individual heinous crimes, and then they just decide like tens of millions of people living on U.S. soil are responsible for the heinous crimes of one person. It's such a clear-cut, racist, bullshit mode of propaganda. It's unbelievable. If you want to understand it, it's like imagine if he brought up like victims of a Jewish person to be like, this is why we got to bar all Jews, or victims of a black person. A victim of a black person to be like, this is why we got to ban all black people, we got to jail all black people. Like it's exactly the same thing. Right, but because they're migrants, people don't have the capacity to understand that like this is not the adequate measure to take here at all.
Tonight, I'm demanding the full and immediate restoration of all funding for the border security, homeland security of the United States, and also for helping people clean up their snow. We have no money because of the Democrats, and it would be nice. We'd love to give you a hand at cleaning it up, but you gave no money. Nobody's getting paid. It's a shame. So you have to think about it. We have, in case you didn't know, a pretty large snowstorm out there. One of the great things about the State of the Union is how it gives Americans the chance to see clearly what their representatives really believe. So tonight I'm inviting every legislator to join with my administration in reaffirming a fundamental principle. If you agree with this statement, then stand up and show your support. The first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh, the Democrats don't stand up. They obviously care about only supporting illegal aliens, like that sort of thing. It's literally, it has the same effect of being like, child abuser says what? And if you say what, you're like, oh, got him. Like, it's literally the dumbest technique of all time. And Republicans use it. They spam it, dude. They love spamming that shit. Yeah, Trump be like, you're gay if you're sitting down. Everyone who's not standing is gay. Look at all the homosexual congresspersons.
Isn't that a shame? You should be ashamed of yourself not standing up. You should be ashamed of yourself. That is why I'm also asking you to end deadly sanctuary cities that protect the criminals and enact serious penalties for public officials who block the removal of criminal aliens. In many cases, drug lords, murderers all over our country. They're blocking the removal of these people out of our country, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
Get up there and beat his ass, Elon! The people stand with you! I think they should be way more fucking loud. It's free ball. Any Democrat that disrupts the proceedings right now is going to get endless amounts of praise, dude. You have nothing to fucking lose.
Now a movie star. She's a movie star. Can you believe it? Who would have believed that?
Oh my
Over the past
God.
year,
This is literally Erdogan. We are straight up a third world country. I'm sorry, no disrespect to developing nations and shit, but like this is literally developing nation shit. This is literally third world. This is like dictatorship in the third world shit. Like, look at my beautiful wife. I've made her a movie star.
Had a lot of bipartisan support. She gets much better bipartisan support than I do. I get none.
We have Turkified America at an alarming rate.
Someday you're going to have to tell me how you did that. This is especially true among young people, and a big part of that had to do with my great friend, Charlie Kirk, a great guy, great man.
Oh, it's time. Come on, give me something good, baby. Come on, baby, give me something good.
So
give me
last year,
something good.
Charlie was violently murdered by an assassin and martyred for his beliefs. His wonderful wife, Erica, is with us tonight. Erica, please stand.
I want to point out that they are spamming the name of a fucking podcaster.
Been through a lot. In Charlie's memory, we must all come together to reaffirm that America is one nation under God, and we must totally reject political violence of any kind.
Except for the kind that I do to all of my enemies.
We love religion, and we love bringing it back.
We love religion.
And it's coming back at levels that nobody actually thought possible. It's really a beautiful thing to see. No horizon too distant for us to claim. For our destiny is written by the hand of providence, and these first 250 years were just the beginning. From the rugged border towns of Texas to the heartland villages of Michigan, from the sun-kissed shores of Florida to the endless fields of the Dakotas, and from the historic streets of Philadelphia to right here in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., the golden age of America is upon us. The revolution that began in 1776 has not ended. It still continues because the flame of liberty and independence still burns in the heart of every American patriot. And our future will be bigger, better, brighter, bolder, and more glorious than ever before. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America.
2 hours.
And there we have it.
A
President
little
Trump
under
in the
2
State of the
hours.
Union.
I'm gonna keep it a $1.50. That was under 2 hours. It felt like 2 lifetimes. Okay. And now we get into the good shit. This was the most boring State of the Union. Okay. Even though he tried to beef it up, even though he tried to like pad it up with like reality TV fanfare, there was a poly market bet. Yeah. I'm sure his boys made a good ton. He had a fuck ton of money. This was awful. I mean, it's a lot of lies. Up and down, total fucking bullshit. But now the real interesting stuff comes when, you know, Van Jones goes on television and talks about how a presidential Trump was. I can't wait to watch a grown man nut on live television, Van Jones, because Donald Trump is going to strike Iran soon. Insane. One of the worst lies was also saying we're not going to touch Medicaid. Pretty creepy how tens of millions of Americans just had their health insurance premiums doubled or more last month, and it's totally ignored by the elites, Trump's, Dems, legacy media. Trump smugly bragging about all the money he's throwing in every branch of the bloated military. And on top of that, he said he's not going to touch Medicaid, Medicare, or Social Security, when he absolutely did. He molested the fuck. He molested the fuck out of Medicaid and Medicare. He cut the shit out of it with that last tax cut. On that note, let's hear what Jake Tapper and Van Jones has to say. I can't wait to hear Van Jones talk about how sick it is, how he popped a fucking rock hard boner when he heard about Donald Trump saying we're going to do something to Iran. We got to do something about it.
And some populist economic proposals. The president taking time to make healthy use of stories both sad and illustrative and inspiring. Stories
what are
of
you
fellow
saying?
Americans.
He literally used props like he does every time to be like, immigrants are raping and killing. They're bad drivers. He literally at one point said, immigrants don't know how to read traffic signs and they're murdering Americans all the time. Here is a murdered American. We brought the lifeless corpse of a murdered American. He did not actually paint a tapestry of stories about American existence. You fucking animals!
Yeah, and what Americans wanted to hear more than anything else was about the economy. And the president certainly did what we hear a lot on a daily basis about how he thinks it's the greatest economy in the world, and you know all of the sort of hyperbole that is.
This is why I watch. This is why I watch. I watched like a mauled at CNN. This is the whole reason why I watched the Sodu, so I could mauled at CNN and Jake Tapper being like, he was really presidential tonight. Remember when he said immigrants do rapes? Here is an American rape victim raped by an undocumented migrant, an animal. I, Jake Tapper, sign off on this vitriolic racial animus.
Get the AI companies to pay for, and the tech companies to pay for how much energy they are using, which American consumers are now paying for largely. Housing costs, he got a proposal in on that. Is that going to make people feel better tomorrow? No. But a lot of the concern that people who are going to go out and vote or not vote this election year is that they don't think that he's paying attention to that. And is this speech going to solve that? No. But at least they all have clips and some talking points that they can go back on the campaign trail and start talking about.